What is happening, everybody? It is Saturday. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to go out on a short run here. Actually, it's going to be about a medium-sized run. I'm going to go around 8 or so miles. Fortunately, I got a little bit sick a little bit earlier this week, and so I had to take the last 3 days off of running. And so, you know, that's something that a lot of people don't wish that ever happens because it's unplanned and it just throws everything off. But when you get sick, you know, I have to take the days off so that I don't spend weeks on end trying to recover from something that should take a few days to get over if you just rest completely. So that's what I did, and I feel a little bit better now. I'm still a little congested, but I think my lungs feel good enough where I can go out running. So I'm out here in Henderson. I got Anthem Hills Park behind me, and so I'm going to go run through there for a little bit. They're playing soccer down there, so I'm going to try to avoid distracting them. Like, I am going to take you guys with me. These parks kind of go through these different neighborhoods here, so that's where we're going to go today, and we're going to go on this little run. I'm going to be wearing the Hoka Ones today, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this thing started. So let's do this. All right, let's get started. Love soccer. Played for 9 years growing up, so seeing little leagues like that, it's just awesome. Kids, if you're playing soccer, you're in the right sport. It's kind of a cool thing. There's these steps here. See, so the water from the above neighborhoods could run off and go down into this retention pond. And I've made these steps here so you can kind of explore going up. All right, let's get going. All right, and that's the end of the line. As you can see, can't go any further here, but it's been a good run so far. I'm just gonna turn around, head back to the soccer fields are, and just do a couple loops back and forth until I get to 8 miles, because as of right now, from where I started, I've gone about 1.8, so it's a few laps back and forth should call for a really good day. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the turn when it's time to stretch out. Take care. Sure wish I remembered my water. I always seem to forget something, and today I forgot my water. Even though it's not hot, it's actually a relatively cool weekend. Temperature is not that bad, especially considering how hot it was earlier this week, and all of last week was just really hot. But still, Need some water right now. But I'm about halfway done. So, gotta stop somewhere, probably at a gas station, just grab some water. And yeah, I'm gonna call it a day after that. Alright, let's go. Alright, I had just finished with my 8-mile run, and it was awesome to get back out there. And in fact, I'm near where I finished that part. In fact, you could probably kind of see it. See, I ran all through those areas, so it was great. I am looking at my stats, and my stats were pretty decent. I was averaging at about an 8:40 mile pace, which actually is honestly probably a little faster than I wanted to go for today, because I spent the last 3 days not running. So, but you know what, I'll take it. I finished the 8 miles. I did it completely without water, which was stupid. I don't recommend doing that. Yeah, 840-ish miles. I was running at a cadence of about 165 to 168 average cadence, which, you know, they say technically you're supposed to be up to like 180 plus on cadence, but you know, cadence is something I have always really struggled with, and so cadence is something I need to turn on. But everything else was great. Unfortunately I did not wear my heart rate monitor, so that's one thing I'm going to have to try to get in on my next run. But according to my stats I had on Tuesday, the heart rate was at 140 to 156, and on Monday, let me go to that, Monday was 170. I was topping off a pace at 170, maximum was 175, which again is really high, especially for a pace as slow as it was, which was running around about an 805 to 810 pace. So overall, it was a better day. We'll have to see what the stats are next week, because next week I'll be incorporating not only just the cadence data readings, but I'll be tracking how much my hip drops from side to side. So I'll be wearing this device called the Garmin Dynamics Pod, and so the things that this thing tracks beyond just regular cadence, because my watch will do that. But this thing will track how long my feet has been on the ground for each step. And so if your foot is actually making contact with the ground for too long, then it will measure that and say that you need to actually lift your feet higher at a higher frequency, which will in turn make a higher cadence. So that's one of the things it will track. It also will track the hip bounce rate, which basically is your pelvic bone, which is going to be basically your pelvic bone, how much it moves vertically from up to down, because when you run you do this bounce as you go along. So what this will measure is that if you are bouncing up and down way too much, because if you are, then you are actually working harder than you really need to. So it's going to be tracking that information, and also it's going to be tracking if my pelvic bone or hips are doing this type of motion, because again, if you are rotating your hips way too much, you're overworking and you're becoming a less efficient runner. So those are the things that I'm going to be really looking forward to tracking, because getting those things fine-tuned just makes better runners, more efficiency, and in turns gets you to faster marathon times, which is what I'm going for. I'm going to go for that Boston Marathon qualifying time in Mount Nebo. So that's what I'm going to be incorporating next week, and just really excited that today turned out to be a really good run. I'm just really happy that it's over. I'm going to go home and rest a little bit, and then just play with the family for the rest of the day. We'll see. see how it goes. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful morning to go for a run here in Anthem Hills in Henderson, Nevada, and I'll catch you next time.